Hello, it's Katrin with Blend Precisely, and today is March 20th, 2024. So, today I'm coming live to you for another live of Blend Precisely, and we have a new feature that Seth added on Monday already. And maybe you have seen the post inside our Blend Precisely group, and if not, I'm going to show you in a moment. So this request was coming from a couple of people in our request form, feature request form. So Dale was really wishing for it as well on how to rearrange your raw ingredients. And I think that is mostly coming into play when you're doing some synergy blending, where you need to have your essential oils in a certain sequence. But also, what I have found mostly when I do blending, for example, of a new idea for the first time, I add a whole bunch of ingredients the way normally I think they would work out. But having then sat on them for a couple of days or even with perfumery for a little bit longer, I wait. I normally decide to either, not normally, but I sometimes decide to either exchange an oil for another oil or add another active ingredient, for example, my cosmetic formulation, or exchange an ingredient. And then there was no chance of rearranging them and scooching my ingredients back and forth the way I want them to be in the system. So this time it will allow you actually to rearrange them. So I'm going to share my screen. And then I also wanted to talk quickly about the YouTube channel we have in case you haven't seen it or signed up for it yet, because you will get the information if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. You will get like a small information or email or notification that we are going live, and then you can see that automatically as well. So let me just go ahead and share my screen for these two items today, and then it will become more visible anyway. So the stream really is Blend Precisely. If you search for YouTube or on YouTube for Blend Precisely, you will be able to go ahead and subscribe here and just next to the logo really. And down here you will see for you, it says basically some recommendations. Then the more you watch something on YouTube, the more recommendations they have. And then past live streams, but then also the Blend Precisely tutorials. And you can say play all. And when you click on play all, you have a whole list here. Let me just mute this for a moment. You have a whole list of all of the lives we had, and they are coming up in the sequence, in the order we basically went live with them. And then you also have the possibility, if you go back to Blend Precisely here, you have the possibility to just go to lives. And under lives, you will basically literally find all of our lives, no matter if they were for aromatherapy business tips or Blend Precisely or our app creation walkthrough. You will find them all here. And you can actually search as well. And the search function works really well on YouTube. So I just wanted to put this out there in case you haven't seen Blend Precisely on YouTube, or you want to be automatically informed about when we go live. The best way is to simply subscribe to the channel, and then you will get all our live notifications. And mostly it is our traditional once a week going live on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. But sometimes, of course, when we have some other news, business related or interviews or business tips, we go live as well on our YouTube channel. So feel free to come over to the Blend Precisely YouTube channel, click subscribe, and then that's it. All right, so now if you go to the app, and you will find that, of course, in the creation, and you click on create, and then let's just take one of the existing formulations I have. So as I mentioned before, I'm going to search for my scrubs, and I'm going to take the cocoa cream. So the way I work with my formulations is normally what I do is I'm going to brainstorm a formulation. I'm going to go back to all my school papers sometimes for the cosmetic formulation, and I'm going to decide on a few ingredients I would love to use based maybe on the skin condition or how the product should feel or apply. So I create a formulation with 100 grams normally in mind, and then I'm going to go in and always add everything up to 100%. But I start out with certain percentages in mind, and then I go to the formulation part itself, meaning creating the actual formulation. And then I see obviously how it comes out. If I like the aroma, if I like the consistency, if I like the color, if I like the way it sits after a few days, if it's still going to be like a beautiful, creamy experience when the scrub is applied to hands. I'm actually trying always all kinds of different bodies, male body, female body, and also depending on what it is, like, for example, for acne, how it will work out, how it looks afterwards. So it every formulation gets a few reiterations. And when I come back to the drawing table, and for example, I added coconut here at the end, and before we weren't able, I would like to have coconut in my oil phase, meaning moving it quite a bit further up. And I wasn't able to do this, and I had to delete them out and then rearrange them. And that was slowly driving me nuts because what I really wanted is just take coconut and put it all the way up into my oil phase and have it sit there and then click save again. Now that is possible finally. And I'm so happy about it because that was something I really wished for a little while already, that I actually put my ingredients the way I want them. So I definitely can do this now. I can just scooch them up and down, click save, and they will be saved in the back end. I can also do the same with packaging. Not necessarily that it is as important, maybe, but if you, for example, decide on a different package, normally what I do is I start out with my container itself, and then I choose which lid it's going to have. Then I add maybe like a protection layer. If it is a lotion or a cream or a scrub, there's like this protection layer that goes on top of the jar. And then I add my lid. And then sometimes, in this case, for example, I add my wooden spoon. But sometimes I also exchange packaging if it doesn't fit in, or I decide to create or use a larger container. So you can now scooch this one up and down as well, and it will be just simply come available in the sequence you want. Always make sure you click save, and so it saves the recipe, and then you have the sequence saved as you wish for it. So make sure that in general, what you want to do is when you scooch them around, you want to make sure that you just keep them in the sequence, maybe of thinking how you're going to use them during formulation. So if I were, for example, to do a cosmetic recipe, and I start out with the water phase and then the oil phase, and then I add my essential oils at the end once it hits below 40 degrees Celsius. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit right now, but because they are volatile, so I don't want to add them to the really steaming hot phase, then I will work in that order. But when I make changes to my formulation and I add something at the very end, I would want to make sure that I can scooch it all the way up to my oil phase or water phase. And that's possible now. So that's basically already it for today. One was that there's a YouTube channel and you can subscribe to it so you get the live information sent to you, or it pops up on your phone. And then second, the scooching is in place, meaning the rearranging of raw ingredients and the rearranging of packaging. And don't forget to click save. All right, that's it for today already. And for the ones watching a replay, welcome as well. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will make sure to answer those questions for you as well. And also feel free to put it into the comments, and I will answer everything in the comments as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next Wednesday. Bye.